Welcome back, my fairies. I am Matsurific, and we are back with Pokemon Horizons Episode 2. So this is the second part of the intro to this brand new series. In the last episode, we got to meet we got to meet Liko. We have not met Roy yet. And Liko is a very shy, very socially awkward girl who just got her starter from her new school in Kanto, Sprigatito. She's never left her home region of Paldea before, but she was still assigned a Paldean Pokemon for a starter. And she has a pendant that apparently some not-so-nice people are after. At the end of the last episode, we saw her running from these goons, I want to call them. I don't know if they're an organization yet or not. We don't know really who these guys are at all. But we did see that the captain of the airship that we were teased previously has come along to save her. And during the battle, a stray attack wound up almost hitting Liko and Sprigatito, and they wound up getting protected by some green barrier that was summoned by her pendant that her grandmother gave her. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. For those of you who are new to this channel, first of all, welcome. The way that we do reviews is that I like to talk about the episode, what we already know about it first, or in this case, I'm just going to do a recap, and then I'm going to go and watch the episode and do my review afterwards. So it's going to be my fresh take, so my immediate reaction to it. And in order to avoid copyright strikes on my channel, instead of having clips from the episode, I'll instead have video over here of a previous shiny hunt that I've done. So feel free to leave a comment down below what you think is going to be the shiny that I will find today, and what you think I should nickname it. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and watch the episode, and I will be right back. Okay, so I gotta admit that that definitely pulled at some heartstrings there. So the episode picks up right where we last left off. Liko and Sprigatito fall after the barrier disappears, and we get to see what looks somewhat like the new legendary that we're getting, but not quite. So this might actually be a pre-evolution for it, which, you know, is starting to become a bit more common, getting pre-evolutions for the legendaries, because we did get that with Sun and Moon, with Nebby being the pre-evolution of Solgaleo and Lunala. So this could actually be one of those situations where it's the pre-evolution. It's definitely a lot smaller than we expected the new legendary to be, so that's another hint towards it possibly being a pre-evolution. And then Freed, that was his name, I couldn't remember his name before, but it's Freed. Freed hops on his Charizard, and they save Liko and Sprigatito from falling to the ground and very seriously hurting themselves. And they leave behind the bad guys that we now know are called the Explorers. And they head on to Freed's ship, where we get to meet some of his crew, as well as the wild Pokemon that live on their ship. So They confirm that not all of the Pokemon actually belong to the crew. They're just wild Pokemon that have decided to make the ship their home. And because of how happy and relaxed the Pokemon are, that makes Liko think that she might be able to trust these guys. At the very least, they're more trustworthy than the Explorers, who were just shady all around. Tons of red flags. And they show her around the ship a little bit, but they then realize that the Explorers are chasing them. So Freed gets the idea of flying into an oncoming storm, and this is where we get to meet Captain Pikachu, who is at the helm waiting for Freed to return. But then when the Explorers finally break through the barrier that was protecting the ship, they go out to try and battle them. Meanwhile, Liko is hiding with all of the other Pokemon, and she sees how terrified they are, which makes her think that she wants to do everything she can to protect these Pokemon, whether it means sacrificing herself or not. So when the explorers find her, and they threaten Sprigatito, she decides that she's just going to give herself up so that she can protect the Pokemon. And Sprigatito is still very much not okay with the explorers, but she still goes with them. And then that's when Freed appears to try and get her back, to try and protect her. And at first, she doesn't really like seeing them fighting to try and protect her. The battle itself was actually pretty cool. We get to learn Captain Pikachu's moveset. So it knows Quick Attack, Volt Tackle, Quick Attack, Volt Tackle, and Double Team, and I think it was using Thunder at the end there. It was either Thunder or Thunderbolt. Free didn't actually call out an attack, so that is one move that we don't know for certain exactly what it is. Oh wait, no. Its other move was Thunder Punch. So yeah, we got the... I do apologize. Yeah, I messed that up. So yeah, its moves are Thunder Punch, Quick Attack, and Volt Tackle, and Double Team. Volt Tackle was the big move that it used after it got struck by lightning. So that means that Captain Pikachu is a very physical built set, which those of you who watch my Pokemon gameplays know that I always tend to run that the Raichu line as a physical set. We stand Raichu here, not Pikachu. Though I will admit, Captain Pikachu does seem pretty cool, but it would look cooler with a Thunderstone. Just saying. But, yeah, so they battle, but Liko decides that she doesn't want anyone to get hurt. So she, steps forward to tell Freed that she doesn't want she doesn't want him to fight to get her back, because she's just, she's giving herself up because she doesn't want the Pokemon to get hurt. But then Sprigatito leaps out of her arms and says, no, that's not how we're gonna do this. And encourages Liko to battle them, the explorers. And they finally get off their Leafage that they've been practicing since the start of episode 1. And it's actually a very powerful Leafage. It kind of gave me flashbacks to episode 2 of the original series, where they first met Team Rocket, and Pikachu gets the power-up from the other Pikachu at the Pokemon Center. Which is when Team Rocket was like, hey, that's no ordinary Pikachu, we're gonna steal that Pikachu. The explorers decide that they need to retreat because the barrier protecting the ship goes down after Sprigatito's Leafage, and Freed is able to keep Liko from falling off of the ship, but he's just barely not able to save Sprigatito. So the leader of the explorers calls out his Corviknight, and they actually catch Sprigatito. And even though they're retreating, they do take Sprigatito with them, which leaves Liko very upset, understandably so. Her partner that she's just started to get to know and is actually starting to draw out the best in her, actually is now gone. She spent all these months getting to know Sprigatito and bonding with it, and now Sprigatito's gone, and just right before her eyes, all over this pendant that she doesn't really know much about. She's still trying to decide if Freed and his crew are good people, but she at least knows that they're better than the explorers. Because even Sprigatito doesn't like the explorers, but Sprigatito at least likes Freed and his crew. So that's a good sign for her that, Freed and his team are at least better than the explorers. But unfortunately, now Sprigatito is gone, and I find this to be a really interesting setup. So it's actually very different from the first 2 episodes of the Pokemon series, because there's a lot more going on. This definitely seems to be setting up for a much more plot-driven series, versus the original series that we've had for the past 25 years following Ash, where that's more of a standard serialized series, where each episode can be viewed on its own. Very rarely did we ever get two-parters with Ash, but this two-parter still ends on a cliffhanger, which gives me hope that this might actually be more plot-driven, which is also something that I'm really excited for. It gives me a lot of hope for the series because, again, it's not the same as Ash's series, which is good. I was going into this very much hoping that this would not be the same old formula of, you know, they go on a journey to collect badges, and along the way they uncover, you know, pieces of this mystery involving her pendant every so often, like 10-20 episodes apart. But no, it looks like this might actually be a more plot-driven series, and I'm actually really excited for this. Obviously, there's still probably going to be those filler episodes and episodes where not really a whole lot happens, but we're also going to kind of need that, especially if there's going to be a lot more emotional roller coasters like we got here in this two-parter. So yeah, very much looking forward to episode 3 next week, but tell me what you guys think. Are you guys looking forward to this series? Are you going to miss the whole badge collecting? We haven't had badge collecting in a while, but even after Sun and Moon and Journeys as well, you know, those were still pretty episodic, and not really one episode leads to another. So let me know what you think. Are you excited for this change to see where it goes, or are you kind of disappointed that it won't be more episodic? Do you prefer it that way, or are you interested in seeing where this plot's going? Leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe for more videos from me. We do all sorts of fun stuff on this channel, including playing video games, we do art, and also sometimes talk about cartoons and anime. So if you enjoy this stuff, then be sure to ring that bell icon and never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I hope you all have a very magical day.